in June I'm going to be voting to stay in the EU. For me, the biggest argument, or one of the biggest arguments, is the economic argument. I think that we are much better placed to trade and for our economy to keep growing within the EU. We have the single market, we know where we are with that, the business links are set up, and the rules between businesses operating within EU countries is all there. And I think to take that away would massively impact our livelihoods, so our job security, the prices of things. And I think especially for younger people, where there's already not as many jobs, there's been a recession, people have to pay back massive student loans, and housing prices is much harder. They're already in a worse place than their parents were, and I think to pull the rug away from under them with changing those trade links, I think is unfair. I also think a lot of the UK relies on European labour, and to not allow people to stay and continue in the jobs that they're in, or allow people to move from both sides, from the EU into the UK and from the UK into the EU, I think will stifle the job market and the creativity, and it will also leave massive gaps of jobs that people maybe don't want to do, or the specialities with the links of languages, and just bringing diversity within the job market so that Britain grows creatively and with technology and all those things that a bigger pool of people feed into to make it a better place to live. I'm also concerned that if we weren't part of the EU, we wouldn't be as protected with the human rights laws. I think that the EU is a great thing for us to be part of, to protect us as citizens. And for women's rights, I think that the EU has pushed a lot of things with maternity pay and looking after women in the way that the government may not have done. And for me, I really want that security of being looked after by the EU and not relying just on a government, particularly when it may not be a government that I would have voted for. For me, the EU is a protection for all those things. And also, I feel European, I feel part of the EU. Culturally, my identity, I want to be European. I don't want to be separate to that. I feel British and I feel European, and that's really important that we have that community